This tool is so important to me as a foundry engineer that if I would not have it, I would not be able to predict and produce the quality castings that I'm required in my job to produce.
If we couldn't use Magmasoft anymore, we'd probably be back where I was 10 years ago when I started at the company, trying to figure out everything by just doing analytical analysis out at the machine.
It would be very difficult to do our jobs without it, just based on the success we've had with proper filling, proper cooling, thermal cycles, etc. It'd be a challenge to build a tool without such a great piece of software.
It's a critical tool to reducing time to market, reducing overall product cost, and it's something that we could no longer do without.
Hi, my name's Heidi, and I'd like to welcome you to the MAGMA booth. First of all, thanks for taking a moment to learn more about Magmasoft casting simulation software. As you can see, we think that the best way to explain the benefits of Magmasoft is to let our customers do the talking. After all, I can tell you all day long how great Magmasoft is, but there's nothing like hearing it directly from the people who use it every day. You know better than anyone that there are tools you use every day in your job that you couldn't imagine being without. For Magmasoft customers, our simulation software is one of those tools. It allows you to take intuition, trial and error, and guesswork out of the casting process, and enables you to produce perfect castings the first time, every time, faster and more efficiently than ever before. Magmasoft eliminates gating and feeding problems and allows you to predict casting quality before you hit the production floor, where rework is costly and time-consuming. We all know that customers are demanding ever-increasing levels of casting quality, faster turnaround times, and lower prices. With Magmasoft, you can compete more profitably.
What Magmasoft does is it gives us that ability to, so to speak, run the tool or sample the tool before the tool is really ever built.
It's helped me define smaller gates, smaller runners, better process operating window, better cooling line locations, and better overall die design.
With MAGMA, basically we don't make any changes. And once we set our gating based upon all the parameters of the simulation, it is a rare scenario where we change any of our gating in the tooling or the overflows or air vents.
It'll show you the problems that you're having, and it just, just highlights them. It just shows you like, oh my God, that's what's happening.
As you can see, Magmasoft is a tool that our customers use to do their job better than they've ever been able to before. Since our start in 1988, MAGMA has always been committed to providing the industry with the tools that empower designers to achieve casting excellence. MAGMA has long been the pace setter, defining a new direction for the metal casting industry, and has provided new insights into the casting process. Magmasoft's worldwide acceptance has greatly contributed to improved casting quality and consistency across numerous markets. Today, MAGMA has successfully merged simulation technology with tried and true metal casting engineering experience. It's what we call interdisciplinary innovation. You see, we're not all software programmers at MAGMA. Magmasoft has earned its reputation as the premier simulation software solution by joining the knowledge and experience of metal casting engineers with the technical expertise of software developers and researchers. What does this mean for you? Well, it's pretty much like having decades of casting experience and knowledge along with the power of today's leading simulation technology all at your desktop. It's pretty powerful stuff, and in a little bit, we're not only going to show you how powerful Magmasoft is, but also how easy it is to use and how profitable it can be for your company. But first, let's listen to some of our customers talk about how they use Magmasoft in their day-to-day operations.
Magmasoft is probably the single most important tool that we have to finalize the runner system, the cooling system, and the overall die design.
It helps you see the big picture. It helps you get very close the first time. I'm not a believer that everything is going to be perfect all the time, but it has significantly improved our out-of-the-box experience with starting up these new tools.
We've had excellent success on first shots in reducing flash and cosmetic issues related to part fill. So as along with other softwares that we use in-house, it's become very important.
Magmasoft as a tool within our company, it's just invaluable. The end product, the end design of our tool is just so much better.
So you see, once our customers began using Magmasoft, they quickly realized how integral it became to the success of their operation. Comparing their operations now to how things were done before using Magmasoft becomes night and day.
Actually, almost back to the early 80s, we've used the PQ Square program. They use all of the programs provided from NATCA, but it really didn't give us the simulation that we were trying to achieve in new tooling to see exactly what would be the results if we gated a casting a certain way.
What we learned by using the Magmasoft is that some of our gating systems that we have in place have been so outdated, and we had problems all along all these years with these castings because we didn't visualize what's happening in the mold during the mold fill.
We used to typically have a rule of thumb for a typical design, which we've modeled up and proven out in MAGMA, and the results are different from what we were taught or what we learned coming through the trade, that certain enhancements weren't really doing us any good.
Now with Magmasoft, we can do the complete casting, vents, overflows, see the last place of the casting to fill, get an overall picture.
So you can see, Magmasoft helps customers produce defect-free castings, eliminate guesswork, trial and error, and intuition from the casting process, predict casting quality before you hit the production floor, and get it right, the first time, every time. All of this equates to a much more efficient and productive design cycle, significant cost savings in reduced scrap and defects, and shorter lead times and production runs.
We're both saving the customer money and ourselves money by not doing 10 different samples at $1,500 a sample. We'll cut it down to 2 or 3, plus when the customer sees the design and we do the flowability of the casting using Magmasoft software, we're seeing we don't have to cut the tooling, we can save on time and effort, so everybody saves money together as a whole.
Certain critical castings that we produce for the customer, we were operating at 17% scrap. And after running the analysis on Magmasoft, we were able to reduce that scrap to something less than 2%. Some of these parts are very critical and cost around $5,000 a piece, so it's a large amount of money, and Magmasoft definitely saved us a lot of money.
Our first shot success right now is a little above 99%, and I'm talking 99% not only in fill of the casting, but the cosmetic appearance of the casting, and also the process requirements of the casting.
Something that took a number of weeks to sample was still unfavorable results we solved in a week, and I think we've made probably 5,000 castings since then without a single scrap casting.
After Magmasoft, we would get the results right away, which could, on a typical job, could save us 1 to 2 months.
It reduces scrap. It reduces our time to market. It allows us to get jobs up and running faster, so it has a direct impact on profitability.
When all's said and done, everything you've heard here leads to one common conclusion. Magmasoft enables customers to operate more profitably than ever before. Which leads us to talk about one of the most widely misperceived myths about Magmasoft. It's too expensive. Magmasoft is an investment in your company's future, and like any good investment, it pays for itself over time. Case after case, every single Magma customer has proven that their investment in Magmasoft has paid for itself multiple times over in time saved and increased business.
We saw the payoff with Magmasoft as being able to go after tougher and tougher jobs that our competition perhaps couldn't go after.
Our investment in Magmasoft pays for itself within a year's time. That's what I anticipate, and then after that, I expect it to increase our profit.
At $1,500 to do a sample run, per sample run, if we're doing it 10 times on really complicated castings, we're knocking that down to 2 or 3 times. We saw a huge benefit, and the software paid for itself in no time.
So you see, when you consider the payback, Magmasoft isn't expensive at all. In fact, it would cost our customers' businesses more money overall to not use Magmasoft. Plus, Magma makes getting your operation and staff up to speed on Magmasoft as easy as possible. We offer a hands-on full-week training program at our office for new customers, as well as fast and responsive ongoing support for all Magmasoft users. There's no need to hire a simulation specialist to use the software. Anyone familiar with the casting process or a new hire assisted by your team of casting experts can quickly learn the software and begin running successful simulations in a short amount of time.
From the time training was done and I was doing simulations, the very following week. As far as how much time it took to get the confidence, I would say, 2 or 3 projects. I think my confidence started building in the results.
If we ever have problems, we can just call them up and they'll work with us, whether it's additional training or a technical question or assistance. Basically, by the time you call, you usually get a response back within an hour or 2 at the most.
Magma is established enough and such a wide user base and such a level of expertise at their central offices that we've really had very little problem getting the support we need when something comes up.
We brought it online in a short period of time. We were making models really within a month, if not sooner.
From the initial installation of the software to me feeling comfortable was about a week. It was very quick.
Like our customers said, Magmasoft is there with full training and support whenever you need it, and implementing it in your operation can be done with existing staff. Now, in addition to all the great casting process benefits we've already talked about, we're finding that many Magmasoft customers are also using the software in their sales and business development activities.
It's a very good marketing tool. More and more people understand it. Even non-foundry people have heard of it enough, know enough of it that they know that it really saves time and money.
And that's what customers are looking for. They simply want to pick up the phone and place a purchase order and have the right parts show up at the right time. And the only way to achieve that is with excellent engineering, and part of that excellent engineering is having tools like Magma to help you achieve those goals.
Magmasoft gives us a leg up on the competition that isn't using flow simulation software. With Magmasoft, we can run different production scenarios, try and optimize our cycle time, get that to the lowest possible length of time, thereby generating the lowest piece price on my quote and helping us to win the business.
It is actually part of our standard sales presentation to show a potential customer that, hey, we do have this tool, we do have this ability to help guide design or process development right up front. We think it's that much of a good sales tool.
The decision came down to, we were equal to this other guy, except we had the software and we were going to do the simulations in-house. And they called me and awarded me the job, and I'm asking them about it, and they said that's what it came down to. You had the software, the other guys did.
Many customers are finding that Magmasoft not only helps the process side of their operations, but it pulls double duty, providing proof of success and castability when competing for new business. It's usually an easy win for our customers competing against those who don't use Magmasoft. So, have we given you enough reasons to consider Magmasoft yet? Have our customers? How many of you are not using casting process simulation in your engineering process? Let's have a show of hands. Well, at the end of this presentation, we're going to make it easier than ever for your company to start using Magmasoft. But first, I want to tell you about one additional service Magma offers. For customers who are not ready to purchase Magmasoft, but would like to use the benefits of Magmasoft on a per-project basis, we offer customers Magma's project engineering services. Leveraging years of in-plant metal casting expertise, Magma project engineering services include new casting or tooling validations, castability studies, foundry tooling and process simulation, die casting tooling and process simulation, and defect reduction projects.
We use the software on a contract basis, and we're to the point that we're having somewhere between 7 and 10 simulations done a year at an average cost of $7,000. So it's to the point that we're seriously considering the purchase of the software in order to eventually reduce that cost, because we see ourselves only doing more simulations as time goes by.
Magmasoft also assisted in our decision to purchase our product by giving us the option to rent it, so to speak, for an initial period, and then if we saw the benefits and stuff of that application, then those charges were applied to the purchase price.
Magma was very willing to work with us. Gave us a demo time frame. We went through that, kind of evaluated it. Then we worked out basically a lease buy plan where we had 12 months to purchase the software.
Magma Project Engineering Services is designed to provide fast answers. It's also a great way to see the benefits of Magmasoft to your operations without committing to purchasing. However, earlier, we talked about making it easier for your company to start using Magmasoft as an everyday tool in your operation. We understand that Magmasoft is a large investment in the future of your organization. We've listened to our customers and our potential customers, and we've come up with a 3-step program for those serious about casting excellence to get on board with Magmasoft. First, our Project Engineering Services Group will run a no-cost simulation demonstration using one of your castings. Just provide us a CAD file and your process data, and we'll run a comprehensive simulation on it and give you a results report. You'll see firsthand the level of insight and valued information Magmasoft provides you before you ever hit the production floor. Second, we provide you with a 3-month on-site test installation of the full Magmasoft software at your location with no limitations. You have a full 3 months to try out Magmasoft on as many of your projects as you wish and start to see just how much value and payback it can provide your operations. Third, To ease the burden of a large expenditure, we're offering a license of Magmasoft for you to use for a full year on a rental basis. And at the end of the year, should you decide to go ahead and purchase Magmasoft, we'll credit your year's rental fee towards the buyout purchase of the software. And all along the way, we'll help you implement Magmasoft, customized to the unique characteristics of your casting processes. We'll work with you individually to make sure you're getting the most benefit from the software for your unique requirements. After the presentation, just see any staff member to inquire about our 3-step implementation program. Also, Magma engineers and staff are available to answer any of your questions or perform any software demonstrations for you. So, what does everyone think? Have some of your perceptions changed? Can you see how powerful of a tool Magmasoft is yet? Okay, one last thing. Remember those of you who raised your hand earlier? Those of you who are not using simulation software currently? Let's see that show of hands again. I want to leave you with one final thought. We asked our customers a simple question. What would you say to companies that are not embracing this technology? And this is what they said.
Companies who aren't using Magmasoft probably aren't getting the full benefits of flow and thermal analysis, and in the future that's what's going to lead to an improved product and reduced cost.
Companies that don't have the software and don't see the value in it, I think would be a little closed-minded on the technology that can help them be more profitable.
I mean, I think it's something that you have to have. It's, I think you're, living with the dinosaurs if you don't think you need simulation.
I would think that a company would be shortchanging itself to not invest in Magmasoft software, that we've had great results from it, and that now with more critical customer quality requirements, that it's imperative to build the tool right the first time, especially with shorter lead times and shorter time into production. So I think it's a valuable tool. But if they don't want to invest, we could always go buy their equipment at the auction. Alrighty.
Leaving with that final thought, I want to personally thank you for taking time to attend our presentation. I hope you've learned how Magmasoft can help your organization not only produce defect-free castings, but also be more profitable and successful. And please don't forget to talk to any member of our staff about our 3-step implementation program. Once again, thanks and enjoy the rest of the show.